each of you are given a set of speedball carving tools. It comes with a handle and 5 blades. There's a tiny V-shaped gouge that is your number 1. Then there's a larger 2-shaped gouge, V-shaped gouge, and then they become sort of wider U-shaped gouges, like the 3 and the 5. And then there is also just a flat blade for trimming your board if you want to, or your image, your block down. So they fit into this tool between, there's like a toggle and a ball inside this cuff. And so you want to make sure that your blade is actually inserted all the way down, and then you tighten it. And sometimes you have to loosen things around a little bit in order to be able to do that. You want to make sure that this tool does not move at all, because it's sharp, and you want to ensure that it's not going to move around while you're actually carving, because you're putting a fair amount of pressure on. You want to carve working away from yourself. So if I'm doing a series of horizontal lines, I want to just be working in the direction that I'm going to be carving in. I can also, linoleum's really soft, and so it's really easy to carve curves. But again, I'm always working away from myself. You don't have to go terribly deep, especially if you're doing a really small mark. And you can just push away, following the curve of the mark that you want to make. And you can always clean things up a little bit more as you go too. Although once you carve away, you can never get it back. So carving is always removing. And so what you're also doing is creating what's going to be the white of the page. So I like to outline things with my finer tool first, and then if I have larger areas that I want to remove, I just swap out and go to a wider tool. Again, making sure it's all the way down, tightening it all the way, making sure it's not going to move in any way, and then carving. A larger area. The direction that you carve will also create a series of marks and or chatter, and some of this may hold some ink. I think that's the nature of linoleum, and I think that that's something you should work with. I like working back and forth between large and small tools, and gives you a nice way to sort of vary your line as well. And sometimes you're going to want positive marks, and other times you're going to want negative marks. So keep that in mind also as you carve. I can move the block around a little bit too. Sometimes that's easier for doing curves.
What about stops, Teresa? Do you ever carve with those?
I don't use them so much in linoleum. I never sort of feel like they're that necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
I don't know. I'm just used to them with woodcut, so I think I just do them in.
I'm always wanting to sort of lighten my pressure when I get, though, towards the end of a line, so that I know that I'm not going to overshoot it. So I guess that's my safety valve. Although, sometimes mistakes do happen, and you have to kind of sometimes incorporate them in.